Well, it's another morning. It's an early morning adventure. We're going to go out in the dinghy, or the smaller boat. The dinghy's actually 12 foot, even though it's a dinghy. It's very low-sided, that's the thing, being an aluminium. But we're going to go out and see if we can find maybe some fish with the rods. And I've got the pots out there. I've got about, I think it's 8 pots at the moment still left out there. So I'll be checking those. But as you can see, the sun is coming up now. The trouble is, this time of year, it's getting, the nights closing in, and you know, now it's what, about 6:30, something like that, and it's just got light, so it won't be long before it's dark most of the time. So I say most of the time, more than I like. You know, when you think in the summer we go out at 4 o'clock in the morning and it's daylight, now you're looking at sort of 6 to 7 o'clock. In fact, I say it's 6:30. Let me check, it's probably later than that actually. No, it's 7 o'clock, so it's just got light at 7 o'clock. But that's the trouble. This is why, as well, I mean, apart from the rough weather, why I don't fish in the winter. One is rough weather and risk of losing your boat and equipment. And two is it's just too dark, you know. I mean, you can go out with lights and that and GPSs, but seriously, there's loads of rocks out there. And there are rocks out there that just aren't marked on the GPS that pop up on big spring tides. You know, you've got rocks popping up all over the place. Right, you can see there's a bit of a breeze. It didn't feel like it when we came down, but we're going out of the low tide, so we will fish for a little bit and then we'll be getting back in before the tide gets too high. It'll probably get quite choppy once the tide gets up high, but by then we won't be there. And the tide's not that big, so there's not a lot of water moving. It's not the smallest, not the biggest, but it won't be moving like crazy speeds like it does when it's a 10 metre. So we'll see you when we're out there. To be honest, this looked like a bit of seaweed. The way it dragged onto the line. The water's not the clearest today, so you have to try and stick to some shiny lures. Unfortunately, I left the shiny one that I would normally use at home, so. I mean, it's staying down. It could just be a bit of bootlace weed. There's no fight to it, so. That's the trouble at the moment. There is a little bit of swell churning up, although it's nowhere near as bad as the other day. The whole surface out here was covered in weed. You wouldn't have been able to fish it. This is a pollock, but it has stayed a bit deeper than I would expect. It is a fish. It's a bass. That's surprising. It must be the way it's hooked. It's badly hooked. I didn't feel one kick from that fish. It literally just swam all the way in on its own with the lure. Like I say, it's probably because it's hooked not good. Yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Now these fish, they're very, very spiny. You see the spines on the back, it's got spines underneath, it's got spines here, and all these around here, they're like razor blades, and they will slice you open. What they do is they flare their gills out, and then they thrash their heads trying to catch you with the blades. Anyway, he went back fine. That's the good thing about the bass, they go back very well. Take that bit of weed off. Right. Well, doesn't seem to be happening this morning. Going to try another lure. I'm going to try a smaller lure this time. The idea being is that the smaller one will have more chance of picking up things like garfish, mackerel and other species. The bigger lures, they don't take them so much. They do take them, but not so much. They don't hook so well, being the hooks are so big. So we'll drop down to a small lure in the hope of catching maybe some other species. Surprising, because normally when there's a bit of chop in the water like this, you do catch quite well. I prefer this sort of weather to completely flat calm. Flat calm doesn't always produce, you know. So we've tried that one, so now we're going to try something else. What we're going to try this time, we've got a little Yozuri one here, that one there, and that one is perfect for mackerel, long nose, that kind of thing. It'll catch bass and things as well, although it does tend to hook the smaller fish more so than the larger ones, but you never know. I've caught some big fish on small lures before, so we shall see. Well, the fishing wasn't so good. We only caught that one small bass, so now we're going to pull a few pots before the tide gets too high. So, empty pot. It's about the way our fishing is going today, unfortunately. Rope came undone there. Just a small lobster in that one. Just a little one. Right, my two pots that I've got the biggest chance. Well, no, I've got three pots, but these are two that are together in the same area. Now these got dropped perfectly the other day down the side of the reef, so if we don't catch, then there's either nothing there or it's just this few days. Sometimes you get it where you know, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you won't catch, so we'll see. little one, and one that might be size. There we go, see? Like I say, these pots were bang down the side of the reef, so that one will be size for sure. Here, put that gauge onto it. There you go, it's way over. I say way over, a centimetre over, plenty. And there's a baby one as well. Get out and get back into the water. Little one. Just need to move because we're drifting towards the rocks. Okay, next pot. Again, this one was dropped close to the reef, right against the rocks, so I'm hopeful. I think there's something in there, maybe. Yep, there is one in there. Don't know if it's big enough. A lot of lady crabs, or you see it's been eating the lady crab. I don't know if you can see that, but the broken shell and the lobster, they do kill those crabs. I think this one's going to be probably too small. Gauge. Yeah, that one's undersized. Yeah, these here are lady crabs, or velvet swimming crabs. Very aggressive, very angry crab, but then everything in the sea wants to eat them, so I'm not surprised. I was just about to pack up, and something took it right in the shallows. It's been a very poor morning for the fishing, so, well, with the rods anyway. It's not very big, but it's a fish. Probably be a bass being this shallow, maybe a pollock. Yeah, it's a small bass. we go. Nice little one. Off he goes. I'll give it one more run and then I think I'm going to head in. Well, I've got one more pot to do. It's just over the other side of here, so. Right, last pot of the day. Take that away. And empty. Wow, one little spider crab.